Well, yesterday we had a disturbing realization. I must admit, it makes me angry. So, what happened? Well, when we bought this house, you see, one of the things that I liked about this house was this view. Now, it may not look like much right now, but I mean, I think it's pretty even now. But the other thing is during the summer, it gets fucking green as hell. And this. It's beautiful, isn't it? During the summer, it just gets covered. Dense green beauty. See, I'm a farm boy. I don't really like living in a city at all. I mean, I've lived in several. I lived in Chicago. I lived in San Diego. I lived in Capitano. I lived in Naples. I lived in Vacaturo. Of course, Vacaturo was like what was Vacaturo? The place I lived in Vacaturo was actually kind of on a farm, but the farm was surrounded by suburb. So it was like the suburb was ending, and I'm on like the cusp. That was nice. But there was still houses surrounding us, so you could basically say it was a suburb, even though you could look out your door and see like a farm. Because like literally we were on the cusp of not suburb, right? The housing density was being curtailed quite drastically in exactly the area we were, right? Literally just houses and houses over here. Literally, you look that way, houses and houses. You look that way, farms. It was awesome. Why is that awesome? Because there are some benefits to living in towns and stuff. Anyway, we also lived in Lago Pacha for a little bit. Like, I don't know if that actually counts, because technically I was living with my in-laws for, I don't know how long that was. But, yeah. Good stuff. Did not like living in Lago Pacha. That was like, Lago Pacha is kind of like a Callaway. Anyway, whatever. I've lived in lots of places. And then I lived in a trailer in the middle of the woods on a dirt road. And then I lived in a house on a hill in a farm on a dirt road. That's where I'm from. And those two places are like my spirit animal. Now, I have to admit, I don't know which one of those I like more. I know this would be like a very controversial opinion from, no one probably in my family would agree with me, but man, I loved living in that trailer. Not because of the trailer. Not because of the trailer. It wasn't the trailer that made it like nice. No. It was what made it nice was the woods And then we had like a swamp. Like what? It was a bayou, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's a place where a bunch of those like cedar trees with the big ass trunks that get like super thin at the top. And you go back there and there's a bunch of alligators, herons, fish, turtles, but lots and lots of alligators and snakes. Okay? Gotta watch out for them. And they called it the male pond. I don't know why. Amazing little thing. We even had like a little bitty, wasn't even really a dirt road. It was more those roads that have the 2 tire tracks and then grass in the middle. Yeah, that's what it was. We had one of those that was probably like, I don't know, 100 feet. And then, so you get out of the trailer, and you hang a left. You go around the front of the trailer into the back of the trailer. Then there was a tool shed, and you walk another little bit, and then you got this road, if you want to call it that, trail, road, whatever you want to call it. And you walked down that road, maybe like, I don't know, maybe not even 100 feet. And there you are. You got this giant makeshift boat ramp thing that gets you off into the bayou. And then my dad had a big old steel pond, well, it's just aluminum, and an aluminum boat. Little 6-foot dinghy. It might have been actually 8 foot. I have no idea. I was really young. And he did have that boat until I was older, but I didn't pay it no mind because we were a big farm and there was no need for that boat. We never used it for anything. We never went. And then down the road, there was another trail. So the dirt, there was if you got on the dirt road, you went off a bit. You could find my Granny Cook, or later, I guess that would be Uncle Shorty's house, and later still it'd be Heidi's, and that's a whole nother thing, man. Because she gave that we were actually living on their land. I'd say it was a good mile and a half, 2 miles. I have no idea how the distance was. Like I said, I was really young, but I knew that I could walk down the dirt road, and there was like all kinds of clay everywhere, giant clay deposits, beautiful purple clay, white clay. Well, most of it's orange, obviously. God, it was beautiful. And you could go over there and grab a bunch of clay, and then you could make like a bowl or a cup or whatever, and then you could furnace it or whatever. It was obviously people take that shit for granted. Like they don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why people are so damn dumb. They don't appreciate what they got. Anyway. There's also a giant trail that kind of paralleled the road, sort of, kind of, but not really. It meandered off into the woods, and eventually you'd end up at Granny Cook's house. Still, you'd kind of come out there. Oh man, what I would give to live in that place again. One of my cousins, Michael, they lived in that. They moved into that plot where we lived. They moved their own trailer there after a bit or something like that. And, but then after a while, I think there was a hunting accident, probably, or maybe it was murder. I don't know. He got found in the woods at one point, I think. And, and then nobody lived there, from what I can tell. Place got overgrown. Now no one lives there. Lost to time. Man. Awful. And then there's a farm. Everybody knows a farm. Everybody would watch this video at least. Because it's probably like 3 people, maybe. Maybe, if not, maybe not even that. Who knows? But, damn. Good times. That's really, like, anyway, those 2 places. Yeah, it's one of those things you just feel bound to. You feel like you're bound to it, like your heart. That's where your heart is, the land. I don't think some people get that. Like, I know a lot of people do. Don't get me wrong. This is not like it's not like an atomism. This is a thing that lots of people feel, but not everybody feels it. I'd say, in fact, I'd say the majority of the population of America probably does not feel this because they're just, I don't know. I don't know why they don't feel it. I don't know how people can't think that way. I guess if you're raised in such a way that you're moving around all the time as a kid or something, but even then, like, I don't know. There's something special about that place in Lago Patria. There's something special about that house in Varcaturo. You know, I think it was like a year ago, I found myself like Google Earth in that house and looking at it going like, oh yeah, there it is. You know? But anyway. See that land in the back of the house? It's wetland. It's motherfucking wetland. Alright? Over here. It's fucking wetland. There's a damn stream. Goes right through the middle of it, right? Some motherfucker has turned it into a plot that's for sale. Like, why is that? I don't fucking know. And then they sold the damn thing. And now some motherfucker, some dumbass from somewhere, some locust, some fucking member of the horde is gonna come and tear all this shit down. Some developer, some motherfucker that doesn't even live in this fucking town is gonna come and fucking build a damn house right there. Well, that destroys my view. And now that it destroys my view, like, how the fuck did they even get a damn permit? It's fucking wetland. Are you shitting me? What? I don't get it, man. Who the fuck is running this damn town, man? Like, this neighborhood is exactly the population density that I want it to be. But fucking people, some rich developer dude probably bought all this fucking land around because they've been building houses here like crazy. And it's like, I already know I know how this story ends. I know how the story ends. What's going to happen is this Niceville, it's been going on for damn near 10 years. When we moved to Niceville, it was such a nice fucking place. Imagine that. Niceville, being nice. Population, you drive down Highway 20 and you're just like, you know what? This is nice. The traffic's normal. Yeah, sometimes during spring break, people are driving through the town trying to get to the fucking beach or some shit. And that's irritating as hell. But Niceville itself, population was just right. right? The population density was just right. The atmosphere was just right. But what happened is, especially after Hurricane Michael, right? What happened is like people keep they keep buying, they'll buy a fucking hotel, or they'll buy some land over here, and they'll build a damn hotel, and then they'll build another hotel over there. Then they build an Aldi. Fucking Walmart moved in, like, while we lived here. There was no Walmart in Niceville. Then they built one. Fucking, there was a Winn-Dixie, and there was a grocery outlet. Those places are still there, amazingly. I don't know why Walmart didn't run them out of town, but they didn't. I'm so fucking glad. Then they built a Publix. Oh. There's a giant forest. Well, they tore down the forest and built a bunch of houses. All right, well, what does that do? Well, you're fucking landlocked here, right? You got a fucking base over here. You got fucking water over here, like ocean and bay. And you got like a fucking base over here. Then you have this, and there's like one road. Highway 20 that passes through. It's the one road. It's the road that'll get you where you need to go. And it's just one of them. It's like the spine of the world. And people keep moving here. The base, it's like we got 600 more, we're going to move 600 more personnel here. We're going to expand the base, put 600 more people. Well, fuck you. That means 600 new families, probably. Maybe not quite. Not all those people are going to have families. That's 600 new cars, probably. 600 new cars, at least. 600 people that need housing. And they won't build on fucking base housing because they're fucking idiots. Because they're fucking morons. Right? No, that would be too fucking, like, fucking base. I just fucking shoot me. Like, what the fuck? Build on base housing. Dumb fucks. No, they gotta fucking, like, we're gonna give you BAH and you're gonna live out in town. Thanks. I know the military people probably prefer that because I know when I was in the military I did. But I don't fucking care. You're destroying communities, motherfucker. And now the base will, next thing you know, the base will fucking contract. And then they'll get rid of those 600 people. Now you got fucking 600 empty houses. I swear to God. I swore I would never work for the military. I happened to move to Niceville, and I knew there was a base there. I knew there was a fucking base there. And I was like, fuck. And that was just one expansion that the base did that, we're aware of. That was like several years ago. Don't ask me how many it was. But it was a while ago. Anytime you go to where you find like a military base, generally speaking, right around the base is like a slum. That literally is like my experience. Every base I've ever seen, and I've even lived on several, it's always like a slum area that's kind of like right around the base. That's where all the people are like, hey, get your military loan, buy a car. Or, hey, strip club, whatever. Like, what the fuck? Bunch of poor housings. Because that's where all the, like, the E2s and E3s and E4s, like that's where they all live. Oh, fucking A. They're single, but they happen to live out in town, so they're paying like nothing for rent because they can't they don't make enough, but they still want to live out in town, so they live in like a slum area or some shit. It's just so fucking irritating. But it's not just that. The one that's happening recently is just all the people from all over the United States. They're moving here. And don't get me wrong, I kind of get it. I get it. Like, I kind of do. But why do they gotta move to fucking Niceville, motherfuckers? Go somewhere the fuck else. Go somewhere else. You fucking Muppets. I swear to God, like, people are like fucking like... It's like humanity is like a horde of locusts. A swarm. Like little fucking bugs. They don't have brains of their own. They just... Oh, you know, everybody's moving over there. I'm gonna move over there. Fucking think for yourself, dumb fucks. Now they're gonna... Like, I don't know that I want to live in this house anymore, knowing that there's gonna be a fucking another house there. One more fucking reason for me to not play my guitar, you know? Like, one more reason for me to not play piano. And one more... Like, and then over the years, it's like... You're seeing houses getting torn down and they're getting replaced with apartment complexes. What the fuck is that shit? I don't want to live in a goddamn fucking place where there's a bunch of fucking apartment complexes. Are you shitting me? Go somewhere else. Do something else. Why do you want to move here? Like, if it felt like it was a little bit more gradual, a little bit more organic... But it doesn't feel organic. It feels like something happens, right? And then a swarm of locusts, the plague, like roll in and just fucking like the houses, like it is literally the case. It is quite literally the case. The houses here are like double what they're supposed to be at. Like, I bet we could sell our house for double. If not triple. Right? And that's with it, like, having problems that it didn't have when we moved in, right? Like, the deck is falling apart. With that in mind, it is still the case that I'm certain we could sell this house for more than we bought it. But that's not the point. The prices are up everywhere. It's literally the case that, like, people that make minimum wage here in town can't live in they can't live in Niceville. They have to live out in the middle of nowhere. And the reason is because, like, why is it so egregious in Niceville? It's because all these motherfuckers, snowbirds or people fleeing totalitarian states, it's because those people are coming here. And then the sad thing is even those people are fleeing totalitarian states, right? Like, I know how this story ends. Some of them are not moving here because they're actually like, man, this place sucks. It's like, I mean, they are moving. They're moving here because in their heads, the depth of because they're like a plague of locusts. They don't actually know anything. They're fucking retarded. They're like, man, this place sucks. California sucks, man. People are pooping in the streets in San Francisco and stuff. Oh, in fucking LA, the crime is through the roof. Oh my gosh. I don't know how it got this bad. It's just like, that's the people here suck. So I'm gonna like move or something. And like everybody says Florida's so nice, you know, and it's got beaches just like California and everything. So like I like going to the beach. So I'm gonna move to Florida and stuff, yeah. I'm gonna go to Florida. And you know what? Yeah, Florida. And so then they move here. Or like maybe Silicon Valley picks up like a business and the business moves to Florida or some shit, right? Because that's been happening too. Or not just Silicon Valley, just other businesses. You know, and they'll all their employees get They leave. Some, people move here, try to get jobs. Oh, I'm going to Florida. And they're going to come here, and they're just like dumb, know-nothing motherfuckers. And they're basically destroying the things that make Florida awesome. Like, this is goddamn fucking wetland. Somebody did something to even be able to get a permit to build here. I'm telling you right now, some shady shit fucking happened to even get the permit to build here. Because it's fucking wetland. I swear to God, if I tried to build there, because I would. We talked about multiple times trying to buy this fucking plot. Well, it wasn't for sale. It wasn't for sale. And then it goes on sale, and then it sells like this. Which tells me what happened was, it's probably a rich developer person, some fucker that doesn't even fucking live in this goddamn fucking town, is brokering deals, talking to whoever owns that, right? And saying like, and then talking to the government too, talking to like the city hall or something, right? And they're like, dude, if I can get the permit for that place to build and stuff, like, and maybe there's money changing hands or some shit like that. Something like fucking pisses me off. Fucking pisses me off. I get that, like, when there's housing is so damned expensive, you're going to get more houses because it's lucrative. But fucking goddamn it, it's the city supposed to protect the place from, like, I feel like the city needs to protect this place from overcrowding. You got one fucking damn road and you're landlocked because there's a fucking base and then there's fucking water. And you're just this little sliver of land between those two things. Is the base going to give up some land? Are we going to build another fucking road somewhere? So it's like Highway 20 has gotten to where it is like awful. Like, I guess it's not New York City awful, but I don't want to fucking live in New York City either. So, anyway, I'm pretty sure that this house that we decided to buy, this house that we decided to fucking buy, I'm pretty sure we're going to say goodbye to it. And I'm going to try and move fucking somewhere else. I'm going to try and move out in the middle of nowhere. That way, hopefully I can at least make it to like fucking... Because I just see this... It just feels like humans are this plague of locusts that they just swarm around the planet, just making every place that they swarm to unlivable. Like, it doesn't even really... Just whatever, man. I don't necessarily think that the world is overcrowded. I don't think that. It's not that I think there are too many people necessarily. It's that the people that are here, there is a good portion of the population of existing people that are basically, like, the NPC meme is real, dude. It's fucking real. There are people, I think it's like a third of the population doesn't have, you know how when you're thinking, it's like you have the internal dialogue in your head, like, I think it's like a third of people don't have that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine not having that thing that's like the voice in your head, the narrator? And then that's not even the only thing. I don't think that's third. Is that the Venn diagram for the third versus the NPCs? I don't necessarily think that's one and one. You know, the Venn diagram is not completely overlapping on that. I'm sure it's a lot of it is just people that are uninterested, uncaring. What are the lyrics? Because we're failing, not even trying, not even interested, not even caring. Just something going through the world. I don't know. Uninquisitively going through the world, I guess. Like these people, it takes a certain type of person to move from where they are to somewhere else because they recognize changes and stuff. Don't get me wrong, I understand that. But a lot of the people are doing it out of necessity, or some doing it out of. They're doing it because this place sucks. Where's the parties? I just fucking. I can't stand it. I I don't like the idea that you're gonna have all these cities all over the place. Our population's going down, right? Like the birth rate is barely above 2. Actually, I'm not even sure it is 2. I think it's like a decimal fraction of like 1.9 or some shit like that. So our population is going down, right? You have all these cities where there's large populations. And at some point, then you have all these things that make people abandon cities and move to other places because, it's like, oh, this city sucks because, well, there's too many people. So then a mass of those people move to a new area, and in that new area, they build a bunch of housing. They accommodate them as best they can, in the process, destroying the community that was there by, you get a critical mass of new people. Sometimes they'll adapt to the living conditions of the new place and they'll adopt the culture. But like in cases like what's happening now, no, they're not. Because they're coming here in groups, right? Oh, you came from California too, huh? Yeah, we're like bros. Whatever. So then there's enough of the community here of new people that the new people don't really have that requirement to kind of acclimate to the local culture and adopt it. And then actually,